the end of times. It is a concept that has captivated and terrified humanity since the dawn of time. Across cultures and religions, the idea of a final reckoning, a cataclysmic conclusion to the story of mankind, has been woven into the fabric of belief. In Islam, this concept is known as Yawm al-Qiyamah, the Day of Judgment. It is a day foretold in the Quran, the holy book of Islam, and elaborated upon in the Hadith, the collected sayings of the Prophet Muhammad. While the Day of Judgment is often associated with fire and brimstone, with angels sounding trumpets and the earth splitting asunder, there are other, subtler signs that are said to herald its approach. One such sign, whispered in the annals of Islamic tradition, is the coming of cold winds. These winds are not merely a shift in weather patterns, a harbinger of winter's approach. They are described as winds of cosmic significance, winds that carry with them the chill of a world on the brink of transformation. These winds are a reminder that the end, when it comes, may not be heralded by thunderous roars, but by a quiet creeping cold. It is a chilling thought, one that underscores the importance of understanding the signs of the end times and preparing ourselves, both spiritually and practically, for the challenges that lie ahead. To understand the significance of the cold winds, we must first delve into the broader context of Islamic eschatology. This branch of Islamic theology is concerned with the ultimate fate of the universe and humanity, outlining the events that will precede and follow the Day of Judgment. It is a complex and multifaceted subject rich with symbolism and allegory that has been the subject of much debate and interpretation among Islamic scholars throughout history. Central to Islamic eschatology is the belief in a divinely ordained plan. Everything that happens, from the smallest atom to the grandest cosmic event, unfolds according to the will of Allah, the one God. This plan includes the end of the world as we know it, an event that is not seen as an end in itself, but as a transition to a higher state of existence. Before the Day of Judgment, the world will be visited by a series of signs, both major and minor. These signs are meant to serve as warnings to humanity, as reminders of the impending Day of Reckoning. Among the major signs are the coming of the Mahdi, a messianic figure who will restore justice and righteousness to the world, the appearance of the Dajjal, a false prophet who will deceive many with his promises of power and prosperity, and the return of Isa, Jesus son of Mary, who will descend from heaven to defeat the Dajjal and establish the rule of God on earth. These figures and the events associated with them are not merely characters in a distant theological drama. They are woven into the fabric of Islamic belief, shaping the worldview and guiding the actions of Muslims around the world. The exact nature and interpretation of the cold winds as a sign of the end times is a matter of debate among Islamic scholars. Some interpret these winds literally as a physical manifestation of the world's impending demise. They point to verses in the Quran that describe cataclysmic events, such as the sun being extinguished and the stars falling from the sky, suggesting that the cold winds could be a harbinger of such cosmic upheavals. Others, however, favor a more metaphorical interpretation. They argue that the cold winds represent a spiritual or moral decline, a chilling of faith and piety that will grip humanity in the end times. This interpretation is supported by hadiths that describe a time when people will turn away from God, when hearts will become hardened and love will grow cold. Regardless of the interpretation, the image of cold winds serves as a potent reminder of the transient nature of this world and the inevitability of our own mortality. They urge us to reflect on our place in the grand scheme of things and to prioritize our spiritual well-being over worldly pursuits. In today's world marked by rapid change, global uncertainty, and a sense of unease about the future, the concept of cold winds takes on a particular resonance. As we grapple with climate change, political polarization, and a growing sense of social fragmentation, it is easy to see echoes of these prophetic winds in the events unfolding around us. The literal interpretation of cold winds finds resonance in the very real threat of climate change. The planet is warming at an alarming rate, leading to more extreme weather events, rising sea levels, and widespread ecological disruption. These changes threaten the very fabric of our civilization, potentially leading to mass displacement, resource scarcity, and conflict on an unprecedented scale. The metaphorical interpretation, on the other hand, finds expression in the growing sense of fear, division, and mistrust that pervades many societies today. Political polarization, fueled by social media and partisan news outlets, is driving people apart, creating echo chambers where different perspectives are silenced and demonized. Whether interpreted literally or metaphorically, the concept of cold winds serves as a stark reminder of the challenges facing humanity and the importance of addressing them with wisdom, compassion, and a commitment to justice. Section 5. The importance of faith and action. Navigating the uncertain path. The signs of the end times, including the coming of cold winds, are not meant to instill fear or despair. Rather, they are meant to serve as a wake-up call, prompting us to examine our lives, strengthen our faith, and rededicate ourselves to living in accordance with God's will. The Quran emphasizes that faith without action is meaningless. It is not enough to simply believe in God and the day of judgment. We must also strive to live righteous lives, characterized by compassion, generosity, and justice. We must work to make the world a better place, both for ourselves and for future generations. The coming of the end times is a reminder that this world is temporary, a fleeting abode on our journey to the hereafter. Our true home lies in the presence of God, and it is through our actions in this life that we determine our fate in the next. Section 6. Beyond the Horizon, the Promise of a New Dawn. While the Day of Judgment is often portrayed as a day of fear and reckoning, it is also a day of hope and renewal. It is a day when justice will be served, when the scales will be balanced, and when God's mercy will encompass all of creation. For those who have lived righteous lives, the Day of Judgment is a day of great anticipation. It is a day when they will be rewarded for their good deeds and welcomed into paradise, a realm of eternal bliss and contentment. The Quran describes paradise as a place of unimaginable beauty and abundance, where rivers flow with milk and honey, where trees bear fruit within easy reach, and where all desires are fulfilled. It is a place where there is no pain, no sorrow, and no death, only everlasting joy and peace. Section 7. Seeking Knowledge, Seeking Guidance, a Call to Understanding. The concept of the end times, like many aspects of faith, can be complex and challenging to comprehend. It is essential to approach these matters with humility, seeking knowledge from reputable sources and engaging in respectful dialogue with those who may hold different interpretations. The Quran encourages us to reflect upon the signs of God's creation, both in the natural world and within ourselves. It reminds us that true knowledge comes from God, and that we should never cease in our pursuit of understanding. By studying the Quran, reflecting upon its teachings, and seeking guidance from learned scholars, we can deepen our understanding of Islamic eschatology and its relevance to our lives. Section 8. The Unknowable Hour, Embracing Humility in the Face of the Divine. While the signs of the end times can provide us with guidance and encourage us to live more righteously, it is crucial to remember that the exact timing of these events is known only to God. The Quran explicitly states that no one, not even the angels in heaven or the Prophet Muhammad himself, has knowledge of when the Day of Judgment will occur. This emphasis on the unknowable nature of the hour serves as a reminder of our limited human understanding and the importance of placing our trust in God's plan. It teaches us to live each day as if it were our last, striving to do good and to make the most of the time we have been given. The end times, with all their mystery and grandeur, ultimately point us back to the fundamental principles of Islam: faith, submission to God's will, and the importance of living a life of purpose and meaning. By embracing these principles, we can face the unknown future with courage, hope, and a steadfast belief in the mercy and justice of our Creator.